The following is a production of CUTV Sports.
.496 games down and 60 to go in the 2014 Whitfield football season at CUTV's high school football game of the week. Brings us to Greene County. It's the 88th annual Black and Blue Bowl between the Jefferson Morgan Rockets and the CARMICHAELS Mighty Mikes. Hello everyone, alongside Cody Jeanette, I am Creighton Raps. We are delighted to have you with us. It is week 9 of the 2014 Whitfield football season. Cody, a big rivalry game here tonight as both teams are coming off very difficult losses last week.
Yeah, very difficult and very heartbreaking losses. Jefferson Morgan got shut out 62-0 over Beth Center. They were only held to -7 total yards of offense. So if they can get the offensive gears going, they'll definitely give CARMICHAELS a run for their money today. And on the other hand, CARMICHAELS faced Avella last week, but Avella also took it to the house against them. 54-13 the final score in that game. But on a more positive note, Austin Goldsberry in that game had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns. So Jefferson Morgan will really need to keep an eye on him today.
And it's interesting to note, Cody, CUTV closes this season here in the Black and Blue Bowl, but last year we actually started a season covering these same two teams at the same stadium.
Yeah, last year they opened with the Black and Blue Bowl. This year they're going to close out with it. On August 30th, 2013, on the last football season, CARMICHAELS got the win in the Black and Blue Bowl, 36-0 in that game. CARMICHAELS totaled 440 yards of total offense, 440. That is a lot. So Jefferson Morgan, they're going to need to turn up their defense if they want to keep this game competitive and close and get the win column back into their favor.
And it's going to be a big game for both teams. One berth remains in the Tri-County South. Both Jeff Morgan and CARMICHAELS with a shot at it. When we return, Cody and I will have what should be a thrilling conclusion to our 29th year of high school football coverage in the Mon Valley. Jeff Morgan and CARMICHAELS next. This is a high school football game of the week on CUTV Sports.
For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV News Center provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter. Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CalU student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with WorkSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
Stay connected with CUTV. Subscribe to us on YouTube for new videos. Follow us on Twitter for status updates. Like us on Facebook for updates, videos, and more. CUTV social media. Get connected, stay connected.
Didn't get out to the high school football game this past Friday? Don't worry, because CUTV Sports has you covered. Never miss a second of this season's upcoming high school action as CUTV's Game of the Week takes you to the stadium and gives you the best seat in the house. Now in its 29th season of bringing you all of the best local games, CUTV Sports is your local leader in high school football coverage.
Welcome back to Carmichael's Area High School here in Greene County. Cody Jeanette Creighton Rabs with you. It's the Black and Blue Bowl between Jeff Morgan and Carmichael's. A playoff berth is on the line. But first, Cody, let's take a look at the tail of the tape between these two teams.
Well, the Black and Blue Bowl, like you said, has a rich history, Creighton. And last time, and between these two teams, the record is very even. These two teams are very evenly matched, despite what the scores from their last games might say. The one thing that's definitely going to be broken tonight is both of these teams are on losing streaks. Someone's going to walk out of this stadium tonight as a winner, and the other team, unfortunately, is going to have their losing streak extended. But someone is going to turn that L into a W.
Absolutely, Cody, and it's also Carmichael's and Jeff Morgan still with a playoff opportunity. As we take a look at the standings, you see Beth Center, Fraser, Mapletown already clinched their playoff spots. 4 teams vying for that last spot.
Yeah, that's coming between Avella, Bentworth, and these two teams here tonight, Carmichael's and Jefferson Morgan. Both of them have 3-4 records within the conference. Avella has the upper hand overall, though, but they're all just scratching, trying to climb up that ladder to get to that 4th spot, and along with Mapletown, Fraser, and Beth Center to get into the postseason. So both of these teams tonight have a lot to play for, and that always promises for a very fun game.
And it certainly does. The other game you were alluding to is if Avella loses to West Green, then the winner of this game would have a shot at the playoffs. Also, Bentworth has to lose. They take on Beth Center tonight. There you see the captains for Jeff Morgan: Kaylin Foster, number 4; Joseph Confortini, number 3; Trevor Kanihai, number 34; and Ian Wolf, 75. And we're waiting on the captains from Carmichael's to come out to the field. And there you see Austin Goldberry, number 21; Parker Woodring, 70; Michael Blasinski, 2; and William Devers, 72. They are 4 of the 5 seniors on this Carmichael's roster. The other senior, we'll try and the other senior on this squad is Philip McCulloch. He's the place kicker, but there you see the coin toss. It's it's seasonably cool October evening here in Carmichael's as we have the coin toss. Cody, certainly going to be a beautiful night tonight.
Yeah, it will be. There promises to be no rain in the sky. It might be a very small percentage chance. I know we always like to have that 1% chance come up, but that doesn't seem like it'll be the case tonight. There's only some very small cirrus clouds in the sky as the sun sets here in Carmichael's Area High School. And like you said, it's going to be somewhat chilly. It's going to definitely get cooler as the night goes on. I know when we were just about to head out to the stadium at 4:00 p.m., it was a little bit warmer than people in October might be used to. But that's the thing about this time of year. When the sun sets, it really starts to cool down.
Yeah, you see 59 degrees with 10 mile an hour winds and that 20% chance of rain. But if you look out to the skies to our west, as we look towards, from our vantage point, as if we were looking towards Waynesburg, the sun setting, it is a beautiful scene here in Carmichael's. And the Mighty Mikes win the coin toss. They will receive. They will be going from left to right on your screen. They are dressed in the dark blue uniforms with the white numbers, the gold pants. Very similar, in fact, to the San Diego Chargers. And there you see Jeff Morgan coming out on the field. Their white shirts with the orange numbers, black pants, and a very unique orange. I don't think you see that too often here at the high school level, Cody.
It's more like a tiger orange or a burnt orange that someone might call it, but that's why they call it the Black and Blue Bowl. Black is going against blue, and it's a big rivalry, a historical rivalry too, and it's just another chapter here tonight.
And the last 10 meetings, Jeff Morgan has won 6 of them, but you've also had some very close games. You've had some blowouts, as it is going to be, as we said, it looks like Bo Ritchie will be set to kick it deep to the Mighty Mikes, and we are underway. It's a kind of a squibber. It is fielded. Didn't quite have complete possession of the ball, but Carmichael's will have possession. It looked like he kind of lost control of the handle on that squib kick.
Yeah, and I honestly thought that kick had a chance of going out of bounds, which would have resulted in a penalty. But the Carmichael's receiver fielded it and still got control of it very close to the sideline, though.
And we're going to see Cody Allen, the junior, at quarterback. We talked to a lot of people prior to the game, and you could expect to see a lot of running from both of these teams. That's almost the hallmark here in the Tri-County South, the traditional I formation with Cody Allen under center, fullback, and a running back. The handoff, we have a penalty. It was a handoff to the fullback. Gain of about 2 yards, but we'll wait and see what the penalty is.
A very short gain on that play. It looked like he might have carried the line with him a couple of yards. He had everybody on him all at once.
And right now we're going to wait and see what the official call is.
On the carry, a gain of 2. Illegal procedure on the offense.
And
5-yard penalty.
And it is an illegal procedure against Carmichael's. So they are going to mark them back 5 yards from the original spot. Was at the 38. It'll now be 1st and 15 from the 33.
And Carmichael's already really testing themselves with a 5-yard penalty right off the bat to extend their first down. It's a tough conversion here early in the game.
1st and 15. The handoff is good for about 2 or 3 yards. I believe that is Blasinski, number 2. Hard to tell from this vantage point. No, I'm sorry, that is Delaney, number 8. Sometimes from this distance, it's hard to tell the numbers, but they are going. Hurry up here is Carmichael's after a gain of 3. 2nd and 12.
Taking their time now. They rush to the line, but now that they're all lined up, the quarterback's taking his time.
Yeah, sometimes, Cody, no huddle doesn't necessarily mean hurry up, as the handoff fakes the handoff to the running back. That is, looks like 14, William Brown. Again, it's hard to tell under these lights, but once the game progresses,
Cody Brown carrying. This time brought down by
it was, in fact, yes, it was William Brown, 14. They had him
10.
Lined up in the backfield, Cody. Unusual formation right there.
Yeah, this was almost like a double play action. It's something that you normally don't see every day. But Cody Brown was the one on the run there, and he got a short gain back to the original line of scrimmage.
And that'll set up a 3rd down and 10 from the 38. Back to throw is Allen. He fires. He passed caught by Blasinski. Blasinski is going to get. He's going to get enough for the 1st down. An impressive second effort there by Michael Blasinski for Carmichael's.
Michael Blasinski busting into enemy territory with this pass. It looked like he was going to get brought down really early on. You're going to take a look at this replay here. Quarterback's hurried very early on, but he completes an emergency pass right to the 38 and then breaking away from the defense and finding a hole to run through. Very impressive work there by Blasinski.
Absolutely. I mean, that penalty ends up not hurting Carmichael's at all, as it is a 1st down and 10 from midfield. Back to the I formation are the Mighty Mikes. We are 2 minutes into this game. The handoff, Blasinski. He's going to carry it.
Blasinski.
He may be close to the 1st down, but they are actually going to mark him about 2 yards short. A very impressive 8-yard gain on 1st down for Michael Blasinski.
Yeah, definitely turning nothing into something on this run. Again, it looked like he was going to get brought down early on. You see the good block work there by the Carmichael's offensive line to open up that hole on the far side for him, and he wasted no time taking advantage.
He sure did not. It is a 2nd down and 2. Blasinski finds a hole, goes left. He's at the 30-yard line. That's going to be well enough for a 1st down. So right off the bat, Carmichael's showing some offensive might against their rivals.
Yeah, Blasinski again doing a good job being patient, waiting for the hole to open up, waiting for the opportunity to come to him and not trying to force it. Usually whenever the running back forces it, that's when you see them get brought down early.
So now it'll be at a 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. You are going to see, as we said, a lot of I formation from both teams as the handoff to the trailing back. Going to get a gain of about 3 a gain of about 3 yards. And that is Sean Delaney on the carry.
Sean Delaney getting the call for the first time in this game. We see him try to go up the middle, but he's met early on by a couple of defensive blockers, a couple of Rockets there waiting to take him down.
So that'll set up a 2nd down and 7 from the 27-yard line. Carmichael's also chewing up a lot of clock early on as we are now 8:30 left in the first quarter. And we are still in the opening possession of the game. Handoff. Gain of about 6 or 7 yards. He is close to the first down.
Sean Delaney on the call there once again. He told the previous running back, hey, it's my turn now, my turn to shine. I can get some first downs. And there he goes up the far side, but just barely gets brought down by one of the Jefferson Morgan defenders.
And we were back to live action. The first down after finding a hole to the right side looked like Cody Allen. Now they are going into the hurry up, hustling everybody to the line there, and it is a 1st and 10 for the Mighty Mikes. Ball will be spotted at about the 13-yard line. Now we have a timeout on the field. Looks like a Jeff Morgan player being tended to by the training staff. That is Andrew Eaton, 33.
And here early on in this game, we're seeing Carmichael's take advantage of the running game. We did see one pass get completed already to Cody Brown, but the main offensive weapon for Carmichael's here has been on the ground. We saw them get 440 yards last year in the Black and Blue Bowl, so I wouldn't be surprised if they well over 80-90% of those yards that are converted today come from the ground.
And we also saw last year, they also had an outstanding wide receiver, Tyler Oshbacher. He's now moved on to college at Alderson Broadus, as has the quarterback Brandon Lawless. Brandon McMinn, also part of that Carmichael squad from last year. He has also graduated as we are about to go back to live action. Mighty Mikes over the I formation on a 1st down and 10 from the 13-yard line. The handoff and met right away. Delaney gets popped. Looked like 34, Trevor Kanehai on the stop.
Now watch on this replay here. You're going to see a late hit by one of the Jefferson Morgan players, I beg your pardon, right there. Very lucky didn't get a flag called for that, but it looked like one of the Carmichael's players pushed him down, so the referee decided to hold the yellow laundry.
I think that was a good no call. Also didn't look like, nonetheless, a loss of a yard on the last play. 2nd and 11 from the 14-yard line. The carry. And the Jefferson Morgan defense just stuffing Brown on that play. Looks like no gain. That'll set up a big 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, leading the charge there was Anthony Patterson, the outside one of the linemen for Jefferson Morgan.
7 minutes left in the first quarter. Carmichael still on their opening drive, leading. Actually, no score as of yet, and is back to throw. It is caught by Blasinski. He is well short of the first down.
Tackle made by number 10, Austin Clark.
That was Austin Clark on the play.
So now Blasinski here just couldn't get enough yardage to get the first down. It was 3rd and a little bit long, but he did still get a good gain out of this. If it weren't for that one Carmichael's defender there or Jefferson Morgan, I beg your pardon, defender to bring him down, he would have easily had the first.
And it looks like they are going for it on 4th and 6 from the 10-yard line. I formation, back to throw is Allen. He dumps it off well behind the line of scrimmage. That is Fowler Dalton, 55 on the stop, and Carmichael's turns it over on downs. Cody, if you remember last year's game, the similar situation, that Jeff Morgan got to the Carmichael's 10 only to have their drives thwarted.
Yeah, and it's the other way around this time. We see Jefferson Morgan's defense stepping through after it looked like Carmichael's was going to step all over them here early on in the game, but Jefferson Morgan didn't have anything of it, and they forced them to a 4th down turnover on downs.
So now it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Rockets. The ball will be at their own 13-yard line. The handoff is It's going to be a short gain for the Mighty Mikes. That was Trevor Kanihai on the carry.
Trevor Kanihai on this run here, trying to look for a hole. You can see there he's being very patient to wait for it to open up, but two Carmichael's defenders just came out from the pile and brought him down very early on before one could open up.
And that'll set up a 2nd down and 7 from the 16-yard line. And a handoff up the middle, looks like Kanihai again. Be a gain of about 2 yards.
Kanihai once again just waiting for his offensive line to open something up for him, but it comes up empty again. A lot of defenders rushing the line of scrimmage really early on because they're expecting the run game here out of Jefferson Morgan today.
And actually, I do apologize. That looked like that was Aaron Weaver, number 30 on the carry. Sometimes at this time of the night with the lighting, it's hard to make out the numbers, so we do apologize, but nonetheless, we are back to live action on a 3rd down and 5. And there's a hole runner. That is Clark, it looks like. He's going to for the first down. Austin Clark
on this run here really fooled out the defense. They were all coming to the near side because they expected the quarterback to keep it for himself, but he pitched it out and went the complete other way, found a huge hole up the far side and got plenty enough for the first.
And Austin Clark actually did play some quarterback earlier this season. They switched him out to wide receiver, as it'll now be a 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. 4:32 left in the first half. Quarterback keeper. He's rolling to his left, and he's going to get a gain of about 7 yards. Dennis Garrett, the quarterback for the Rockets, is going to be marked just a little short of the first down. They're going to mark it out at the 45.
Well, this looks like the same play that we saw last time whenever Clark kept it up the far side, except Garrett decided to keep it for himself and came up the opposite side, up the near side, and still got a good chunk of yards, just like on the previous play.
He needs line to gain on this sequence is going to be the 47-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 2. It'll be Garrett under center, just like we saw with Carmichael's. Rockets at the I formation. The handoff to Kanihai. Kanihai looks like he has the first down. We'll wait for the official spot.
To say it's going to be very close. They might mark him just short here. Actually, no, they are moving the chains for the first down. Let's take a look. Kanihai knew how much yards he had to get, so he just pushed everybody in front of him forward until he got what was required. And then once they got it and the referee signaled first down, they're setting up for a new set of downs.
3:28 left in the first quarter. No score between Jeff Morgan and Carmichael's. 5 seconds on the play clock as Jeff Morgan pitch back. Clark fires down the far sideline, and it is incomplete. Elias Rayful, the intended receiver, looked like he hit a turf monster there, Cody.
Yeah, and it looked like either tripped up because he came up looking for a flag, so you would think that one of the Carmichael's defenders got a hand on him. But let's take a look at second look here. He was running. He just slid all the way down. Like you said, hit a turf monster. Something came up and caused him to trip.
Well, it is that time of the year, a grass field. Sometimes it does get a little slippery. But nonetheless, it is a 2nd down and 10 for the Rockets at their own 47-yard line with 3:06 left to play in the first quarter. No score between Jeff Morgan and Carmichael's in the Black and Blue Bowl. Handoff up the middle. That's going to be a gain of about 4 yards.
That was again Austin Clark on the call. Austin Clark just busting through midfield, getting tackled right at the lightning bolt. As we look here, as he finds a hole, but not enough for the first down as he gets taken down right at around midfield.
They're going to mark him at the 48-yard line, so it is a gain of 5.
Stop made by Allen. 3rd down.
2nd down and 5 from the 48 with 2:32 left. There's a pitch to Clark. Clark rolls to his left. He looked like he might have bumped into one of his blockers, Kalen Foster, number 4. So Clark is going to be short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about 4, and it looks like Carmichael's will punt.
And I'm sure Clark would love to have this play back. He's running up the far side and had plenty of green space in front of him, but you're right, he just ran right into Kalen Foster, and that impeded his progress.
So a tough break for the Rockets on their opening drive. 1:55 left in the first quarter, no score. And Clark fakes. It's a fake punt. Caught by Foster. Foster's at the 35-30. He gets to the 25-yard line. Cody, that's the one advantage of Foster. No matter where you line him up, you can possibly expect a fake.
Yeah, like you said, he's played quarterback in the past, and you got to look out for him just like that. Carmichael's definitely wasn't expecting this, that everybody was rushing to try and block the kick, which left him wide open over there on the far side, and he still got a good chunk of yardage after the catch, too.
Clark threw for 109 yards in Jeff Morgan's Week 4 win over California. 109 passing yards and a passing touchdown and 3 rushing touchdowns. So that's a nice secret weapon to have if you're the Rockets, as there's a handoff. Clark again finds a hole. He's going to get a gain of about, no, excuse me, that is not Clark. My apologies. It's
Kanihai.
Kanihai, thank you. Sometimes these numbers are, these, with all due respect to Jeff Morgan, they're very sharp uniforms, but sometimes, depending on the angle, not necessarily announcer friendly, but nonetheless, the gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, Kanihai had some impressive stiff arm work on that previous run. Just he would have been brought down like 4 or 5 yards earlier, but was able to get his right arm out and fend the defender off very effectively.
And we are down to the final minute of the first quarter. Quarterback out of the shotgun, sidecars either side. Garrett rolls. To his left, he gets swarmed under almost immediately by the Carmichael's defense.
Leading the way there was Brody Blaker on that sack. So you're going to take a look here. Garrett decides to, looks like he might have kept it for himself, but then he sees, oh no, someone's coming right at me, and so gets taken down by multiple Carmichael's defenders.
As a solid defensive stand by the Mighty Mikes as we come to the end of the first quarter. There is no score between Jefferson Morgan and Carmichael's. We're going to take a timeout. You are watching the high school football game of the week on CUTV Sports.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CalU student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
Welcome back to Carmichael's Area High School. No score between Jefferson Morgan and Carmichael's. This is a rivalry. Carmichael's holding the all-time lead in this series, 52 wins, 31 losses, and 4 ties. As we are about to go back to live action, Garrett will be under center. Single back I formation. 3rd down and 9 from the 25. Garrett throws, fires. It is caught by Joseph Confortini. Confortini may have enough for the first down. We'll wait for the spot.
Well, he was rushed out of bounds way over there. He actually knocked over the first down post. So depending on where they spot it, it might be enough for a new set of downs. We'll take a look here. Garrett rolling out to his left, and he finds his man wide open right there. Confortini trying to push and get the first down. It looks like he might have enough.
He does. He does indeed have the first down. It was 1st down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Familiar territory for the Rockets last year as the pitch. Clark is going to get stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of maybe 1 on the play. That was Blaker, 56, among others, on the stop.
And we're going to take a look here on this on the play. Clark once again going with the pitch, trying to break out the near side like they did before. Clark actually had a good gain out of it, but Carmichaels was ready for it that time.
They were indeed, as it is now 2nd and 11, loss of a yard on the play.
Kanihai back in the backfield.
And looks like he has Clark sidecar left. Kanihai, as Cody alluded to, sidecar right. Garrett out of shotgun, rolls left, and it looks like he's going to get a gain of about 6 or 7 yards following the lead of his blocking back, Aaron Weaver.
Yeah, used Kanihai and Weaver to get some blocks for him this time. A lot of players on this Jefferson Morgan team serve multiple purposes. We're going to take a look. Garrett just gets taken down about a few yards short of the first down marker. Didn't get out of bounds, though, so the clock continues to run.
10:40 left in the first quarter. That'll set up a 3rd down and 5. Ball will be spotted at the 9-yard line. Again, out of the shotgun is Garrett. Garrett, the handoff to Clark. Clark gets it up the middle. And no, that is not Clark. Couldn't even tell who that was, Cody. But
that was Kalen Foster on the run there. Kalen Foster in the backfield here on this run. We're going to see just one of the many weapons that this Rockets offense has coming from the backfield. Foster trying to hurdle over the defense, but gets stopped right in the middle of it all.
And it looks like Jeff Morgan is going to attempt a field goal. It's a rather long drive for the Rockets here.
They did get the ball on the turnover on downs deep in their own end.
And there was about 6 minutes left in the first half. We are now at 9:42 left. Ritchie kicks it. Good. So with 9:38 left in the second quarter, Jefferson Morgan takes a 3-0 lead over the mighty Mikes. And we're going to take a timeout. You're watching the CUTV High School Football Game of the Week.
Didn't get out to the high school football game this past Friday? Don't worry, because CUTV Sports has you covered. Never miss a second of this season's upcoming high school action, as CUTV's Game of the Week takes you to the stadium and gives you the best seat in the house. Now in its 29th season of bringing you all of the best local games, CUTV Sports is your local leader in high school football coverage.
And welcome back to Carmichael's High School. Jeff Morgan taking a 3-0 lead on a 24-yard field goal by Bo Ritchie, the junior. Ritchie now about to kick it deep to Carmichael's.
And both teams here early on in this game with drives that melted time off of the clock.
Yes, Carmichael's first drive, 5 minutes and 54 seconds as there's a kick. It is going to be taken to about the 33-yard line. That was Austin Goldsberry on the return. Remember, Cody, you mentioned he had a pair of touchdowns on kickoff returns in Carmichael's game last week against Savella.
Yeah, it was the only 13 points that they scored, too, was courtesy of that man right there, Austin Goldsberry. So Jefferson Morgan knows that, and they're keeping an extra eye on him as he retrieves the kicks sent by the Rockets.
1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. 9:32 left in the first quarter. Allen awaiting the call from the sideline. Blasinski is going to be the fullback. You see number 2 there, and for Delaney, the running back in the I formation. Pitch to Delaney. Delaney is going to take it to about the 36-37-yard line. That is, actually check that. They're going to mark him at the 36-yard line, gain of 3.
There's a very short gain here on this run. We're going to take a look at the replay. There's a pitch way back to Sean Delaney, but he manages to find a decent hole to run through. But Jefferson Morgan's defense, led by Anthony Patterson, brought him down.
A gain of they're going to call it a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 from the 35-yard line, 8:53 left to play. Fakes the handoff. Allen's going to take it himself. Allen is at the 40. He's going to get to the 43, 44-yard line. Wait for the official spot. He gets the first down, Cody.
Oh, boy, and that made me nervous seeing Cody Allen run with that ball. He got taken down with his left side first, and that is where he was holding the ball. He switched hands. Later on in this play, you're going to see he actually held the ball in his right hand, I beg your pardon, but it looked like it was the ball was loose and about to come out, but still able to maintain control.
That sets up the first down and 10 from the 43-yard line. Allen is under center. Hands off to the fullback, Blasinski. Blasinski gets a gain of about 6 yards, close to midfield. That'll set up a second down.
And Blasinski getting really close to enemy territory as they're approaching midfield now, but he's showing good patience there, trying to find a hole up the middle. There looked like there might have been some room over on the far side, but
and they're right back to live action, and it's going to be a gain of a couple yards on that play. Allen with the keeper. That'll set up a third and short.
They're down very manageable.
They are going to mark it at the 48, third and 1. They need the 47 due to Mighty Mikes as they trail Jefferson Morgan 3-0. Allen up the middle, keeps it himself. We'll see when they spot the ball. I believe he does have the first down.
Well, it's going to be close.
And
no official signal yet, it looks like.
And it looks like the referee has signaled first down. So Mighty Mikes in business now in Jeff Morgan territory. 7:33 left in the first half. It'll be first and 10 from the 47-yard line.
And Carmichael's definitely looking for an answer to Jefferson Morgan's field goal. Jefferson Morgan struck first, but all that really counts is who strikes best.
And we have a timeout on the field. I couldn't tell if they didn't see a signal that it was an official's timeout or if team called a timeout. But incidentally, Jeff Morgan's drive was a 16 plays, 8 minutes and 28 seconds, spanning the back end of the first quarter and the second. There you see Carmichael's schedule. Opened up the season with a win over Bentworth, but it's been a little bit of a roller coaster for the Mighty Mikes, who went to the playoffs last year.
Yeah, they've been on losing streaks, but they've also been on winning streaks. You see the winning streak there, California and West Green. It looked like it might have had a lot of momentum for them going towards the end of the season, but then Frazier and Havella just got them on another losing tangent. So now, rebounding against Jefferson Morgan here. If you're going to rebound, now's the time, especially when there's a playoff spot on the line.
Yes, that is certainly a big deal for the Mighty Mikes. Their Week 2 loss to Carmichael's. It was the first time the Maples have beaten Carmichael since 2005. So just one of those years for the Mighty Mikes, but they have a lot of young talent coming back next season. Only 5 seniors graduating, so we honestly did not see who had called timeout. The official now is calling it.
This is a timeout by Jefferson Morgan this time.
Unless that's... it sounded like it. All right, well, we know. All right, Jefferson Morgan called this timeout. We honestly did not see a signal from the officials who called the previous timeout, so it might have been an official's timeout. But as far as we know right now, this is the first timeout taken by Jeff Morgan, and
it looked like I thought I might have heard the officials say that this was the second charge timeout, but I wasn't exactly sure. But still, though, 2 timeouts right away. Both of these teams, there's a little bit of hesitation right now. We saw them, both of them were in a little bit of a groove, and now all of a sudden we're stopped for 60 seconds plus for the timeouts. So you got to wonder what's going on the field down there.
We'll try and get a clarification if we do happen to get a stoppage at some point in this quarter, but nonetheless, we are 7:16 left in the second quarter. Your score is Jeff Morgan 3, Carmichael's nothing. First and 10 for the Mighty Mikes at the Rockets' 47-yard line. Allen is under center. He's got 2 full backfield as he hands off to Delaney. Delaney gets met behind the line of scrimmage. That looks like a loss of about 2 yards on that play.
The Rocket defense was ready for that. He was going nowhere. Take a look at this replay here. There were a couple people from the middle of the line that looked like they might have missed their blocking assignments, and that's what led the defense to bleed through.
And that was another factor in the and the Mighty Mikes win over Jeff Morgan last season. An offensive line that they were a little lighter than Jeff Morgan's line was last year, but the techniques paid off as it'll be 2nd and 12. Pitch back to Delaney. Delaney is going to get swarmed under for a loss. Penalty flag on the play. We'll wait and see what it is.
Looks like it might be a hold based off of where it was thrown, but that's just a guess.
And here's the call. And that's a face mask on Jeff Morgan. So the Mighty Mikes, they lose a yard on the play, but they get a first down.
Let's take a look and see if we can see the face mask whenever it got brought down. Right there, you saw his head turn. Sean Delaney was swiped from the side and got his head spun around. That's what the face mask penalty was called on.
So that's a costly penalty for Jefferson Morgan, as it'll now be a 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. 6:21 left in the first half. Under center is Allen. Handoff Delaney. Delaney is met almost immediately. I believe that was Foster on the stop. Yes, it was, Cody.
Looks like they'll mark him for about a 1 or 2 yard loss here. Let's take a look at the instant replay. Jefferson Morgan just finding all sorts of missing assignments, including Kalen Foster, just reaching through, seeing the ball and bringing him down.
It is, in fact, a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11 from the 36-yard line. Cody Allen, the junior, getting the call in from the sideline. Allen, the handoff. Blasinski is going to get about 3-4 yards on that play. That'll set up a 3rd down and about 7 from the 32-yard line. Cody, would you say that this is 3-down territory?
It's close to it, if anything. I mean, they're on the 30-yard line. Definitely too long for a field goal.
And it may be a little too short to punt unless you have a punter who specializes in coffin corners, and that's a lost art these days in any level of football. We now see Nicholas Mundell, number 10, now playing at fullback. He'll be fullback to Delaney. Blasinski set to the right. Handoff to Delaney. Looks like Delaney may have the first down on the second effort as he drags quite a few Rocket defenders. It is a first down.
Boy, Delaney just really impressing everybody with his second efforts very early on. Looked like he was going to be brought down, but still just keeping his feet up and pushing through.
First down and 10, gain of 8 on the play for number 8. Ball will be spotted at the 24-yard line with 4:34 left to play in this first half. And don't forget to join us at halftime. We'll have our weekly tradition here with the Battle of the Vans as handoff to Mundell. Mundell is going to be stacked for a loss of 1.
And once again, Kalen Foster leading the way on the defensive stop there. A few times we see the Carmichael's running backs find holes and capitalize, and occasionally we see the Jefferson Morgan defense just come through and capitalize, bringing him down at the line of scrimmage. This was one of those times.
It is a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11 from the 25-yard line. Allen under center. Blasinski back at the fullback position, blocking for Delaney, the running back. Twin receivers to the right. Here is Delaney. Delaney is going to push the pile to about the 20-yard line, so that'll set up a 3rd and 6. Gain of 6 on that play.
Delaney looking for a hole over on the far side, but had a couple of defenders meet him instead. The first down marker was right in his line of vision. He was running right towards it, but the one of the white jerseys just didn't let him do it.
And it's actually going to be spotted at the 21-yard line. 3rd down and 7. Big play here for the Mighty Mikes. 3:14 left in the first quarter. Carmichael's trailing Jeff Morgan 3-0. Allen back to throw. Looking. Rolls left. He's going to take it himself. He's got a defender pursuing him, and he gets a gain of 1 yard. He is stopped by Aaron Weaver. So big 4th down play here for the Mighty Mikes.
And I really thought that Allen was going to break away with it here. He starts rolling out to his right, and then he decides he has no options over there. But it looked like there was a lot of room over on the left, so he started going over there. But then the defenders followed him.
And they're going to go for it on fourth down. And we also heard from, anyway, it's going to be back to the I formation. Big 4th and 5 play. They were stopped on their last fourth down attempt. Allen back to throw, rolls right, looking. He's being pursued. He's going to take it himself. He's going to be stopped short of the first down. So another turnover on downs for Carmichaels.
And this is the second time. This is the second time that it happened deep in Carmichael's end. They've been doing a phenomenal job early on in the drives, getting down the field, but then whenever they step on the front porch of the red zone, it seems like the Jefferson Morgan defense turns it up a notch, and they're able to stop them on a fourth down.
And we have an injured player, an injured Jeff Morgan player, it looks like. We're waiting. So 2:21 left in the first quarter, and there you see the Jeff Morgan schedule, and shutout win over West Green, but it's been up and down for the Rockets as well.
Yeah, this is almost the same story that Carmichaels has had. They've had winning streaks and they've had losing streaks. You see the California Bentworth win streak that they've had, but then Mapletown, Springdale, and Beth Center really got to them. Especially look at that Beth Center loss, 62-0. This team is coming off of a 62-0 loss, and they're fighting for all that they've got for that last playoff spot. They're not going to let a particular loss phase them at all.
And Kalen Foster was a player they were tending to. That was David Blaker, 23, who the training staff was attending to for Jeff Morgan. They will get the ball now on their own 16-yard line. We have seen 2 possessions by the Mighty Mikes, well over 6-7 minutes, and they have no points to show for it. That is a testament to the Rockets defense, and now the Rockets offense trying to expand upon that lead. It'll be 1st and 10 for the 16. Quarterback out of the shotgun, sidecars either side, and he's going to roll left, does Garrett. Garrett is going to be maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1. Looks like it is going to be a loss of 1.
Dennis Garrett keeping it for himself, going to the near side, trying to follow a couple of blockers, but the one blocking assignment you see just got away from him, kind of. It was the leading the way by Brody Blaker was one of the ones that brought him down.
There's a loss of 2 on the play. That will set up a 2nd and 12 from the 14. Jeff Morgan seems content to just run out the clock here as there are 6 seconds left on the play clock. Garrett again out of shotgun, sidecar either side. Single receivers is either side, and we have a delay of game penalty, it looks like. We'll wait and see.
That is going to push Jefferson Morgan back 5 more yards with the delay of game penalty. But like you said, they're running out the clock. They do have the lead. Even though it's 3-0, both offenses have been pretty quiet here early on in this game. So a lead is still a lead, and it looks like they're content with running out the clock. And if I do recall correctly, Jefferson Morgan will get the ball in the second half.
That is correct, Cody. Carmichael's received the opening kickoff, so Jeff Morgan will have the ball to start the second half. And we saw that their scoring drive we mentioned, their lone drive of the game, 8 minutes and 28 seconds, spanning 16 plays. So now Garrett takes a snap rather. That is Foster. He'll get back just short of the original line of scrimmage. We now have a timeout called by Jeff Morgan, I believe.
You're going to see You're going to see on the play Foster running up the gut, trying to keep the clock moving, and then we see the timeout called, like you said.
I think that I might have heard timeout Carmichael's. Now on the scoreboard, some scoreboards, you see they keep track of the number of timeouts. A lot don't at the high school level. It's not, but they're going to spot the ball at the 15-yard line.
And whenever they come back from this timeout, they will see. Like you were saying, Jefferson Morgan content with running out the clock, and we saw Foster running up the gut, trying to keep that clock moving. So it would make sense if Carmichael's called the timeout here, because they want to try to get the ball back one more time before the half expires, because they won't get it to start the next half.
Right. We see 2 similar offenses. Head coach Ryan Krull, his second year as head coach on the Mighty Mikes, was saying that the similarity between the 2 teams makes it a little easier to prepare for them and a little easier for Jeff Morgan to prepare for Carmichael. So again, Garrett out of shotgun, sidecars either side. There's a pass thrown, It is going to be short, intended for Andrew Eaton. Double coverage on the play. That was a little, that was could have been intercepted if the pass was a little longer, Cody.
And you know what? This stops the clock. So Jefferson Morgan will be forced to punt here after this really, really long pass. You're going to see, takes a bounce right at around the 46-yard line, about 5 yards in front of his intended target. So might have been a little bit underthrown, or his intended receiver, Andrew Eaton, might have just run a little too fast.
So now Jeff Morgan will punt with 1:19 left.
Almost blocked.
Yes, indeed. And Jeff Morgan is going to down it at the 49-yard line.
So Carmichaels will get the ball one last time. That was what we were alluding to before. Carmichaels wants one more drive to get that lead going into halftime. That would be a huge momentum boost for the Mighty Mice, especially considering the fact that they don't get the ball back in the second half. To start the half, anyway.
So now Carmichaels looks like they're going to go right back to the I formation, but don't be surprised to see a pass here on this 1st and 10 from the Jeff Morgan 48-yard line. Mighty Mike's down 3-0. Single. And there's Allen back to throw, looking, rolls right, trying to find it open receiver. Instead, he just tosses it, throws it out of bounds, incomplete. That'll set up 2nd and 10 with 1 minute remaining.
And one of the Jefferson Morgan players on the sidelines made a good catch there on that pass, but there was no intentional grounding because he did have a couple of targets within that area.
And plus, he was also well outside of the pocket. So, and that was really all he had. I did not notice an open receiver, Cody. In any event, it is a 2nd down and 10 from the 48. Back to the I formation. Mundell, 10, the fullback. He does have one receiver to his left, does Cody Allen. And Allen will roll right. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to get swarmed under after a gain of about 3 yards. Looks like Ian Wolf, 75, and on the stop, but we have a timeout on the field. Carmichaels will call timeout with 50.4 seconds left.
Yeah, Carmichaels keeping all the time left on the clock that they can, but it was almost expected that Cody Allen would keep it for himself after rolling out to his right because he didn't have any receivers over there initially lined up unless his one receiver did a cross slant or something over onto the other side of the field.
So this is kind of almost the rather interesting that we've seen bend but don't break by both teams here tonight. We've seen a couple of. We've actually seen the first two possessions by Jeff Morgan and Carmichael's first 2 possessions, long extended drives, but not a lot of points to show for it. So it's a great defensive struggle.
Yeah, they've kept time management on their side. That's one thing that we've seen only. I think 2 drives in the entire first quarter. One by Carmichaels, one by Jefferson Morgan, and that completely ran out the time. So time just melted off the clock, and that's what happens whenever you have 2 offenses that really like to run the ball.
5 minutes and 54 seconds was Carmichael's opening drive. 7 minutes on their previous drive as Allen out of the shotgun. Fires. It is complete to William Brown. That's enough for a first down. Stops the clock. With 44.8 seconds left, once the ball is reset, it'll restart.
And they're hurrying up here. They're looking to get the play really quickly.
The R&D 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. That was a gain of 9 on the last play. It's Allen. That ball pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage, incomplete, so that it does stop the clock with 36.9 seconds left.
Yeah, they caught a little bit of a break here because that ball was hanging right above the line of scrimmage. There were Jefferson Morgan defenders all over it, but not one of them was able to come down with it.
A big break indeed for the Mighty Mikes as it is now 2nd and 10 from the 36. 36.9 seconds left. Allen pump fakes, rolls left, fires. It is caught by William Brown. No, they're saying he did not hold on. Incomplete. That would have been a great catch if he held on.
Yeah, the ball just popped out there at the last second, and that would have been worthy of one of the top 3 plays on High School Roundup had he made that catch in double coverage. But you're going to take a look. It's It was a pass over to the near side. He had control of it, but then just got his arms broken apart, which led the ball to get dropped.
So that'll set up a 3rd down and 10 from the 36-yard line. I'd say again, 4 down territory as Allen takes it out of shotgun, rolls left, fires incomplete. That was looked like an awkwardly thrown pass intended for Brown, so now that sets up 4th and 10.
Well, it could have been one of those emergency passes that we've seen Carmichael's throw a couple of times here in this game just to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands and prevent a sack. But that does stop the clock here on 4th down. It looks like they're going to go for it again.
And Jeff Morgan is going to call a timeout with 25.7 seconds left. I think they may be strategizing to see how they want to proceed. So,
well, that does stop the clock. So now Carmichael's can't run out the clock to give Jefferson Morgan the ball again. So they'll be forced to give them back if they stop them on this 4th down anyway.
Well, the clock stopped after the incompletion. And there you see a lot of playoff qualifiers in Single A rather. You see one spot remains in the Tri-County South. Another spot remains in the Black Hills Conference, just outside of our viewing area, but a game of interest. It's the Fort Cherry Rangers, who defeated Carmichael's in the playoffs last year, taking on the Bucks of Chartiers Houston High School. So Rangers and Bucks, I'm sure Jeff Bannister and Clint Hurdle are smiling somewhere, but nonetheless, that game could help decide the Black Hills spot. You also see one spot in the Big 7, and we know our director, Allison Steinheiser, quite proud of Shenango making the playoffs.
And how about those seasons that Clairton and Jeanette have had, putting up well over 50 points a game on average? They're going to go far in the playoffs if they don't break.
You can't count out North Catholic High School, defending state champions, as Allen has to fire it quickly as he gets hurried. It is well incomplete. That looked like Ian Wolf, 75, and Zach Schaefer, 65, with the pressure. Turnover on downs.
So once again, a 3rd turnover on downs for Carmichael's here after this pass, and Cody Allen had no choice. If he wouldn't have thrown that, it still would have been turnover on downs, and Jefferson Morgan would have gotten better field position to boot. So wise but risky decision to throw the ball there.
And that's a play if you're a cornerback, and if that ball happens to be heading towards you, unless you end up catching it behind the line of scrimmage, that's a ball you just bat down, take a field position, but nonetheless a lot of offensive effort from Carmichael's. No points to show for it, as we have 20.3 seconds left in the first half. And Jeff Morgan, I don't think they're going to run out the clock, as Garrett under center. The handoff up the middle goes Kalen Foster. Foster's going to get to about the 46-yard line. Well enough for the first down.
And that's going to stop the clock, so Jefferson Morgan has time to line up if they want to get another playoff.
And that's what it looks like they're going to do. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the 47-yard line. Clock is ticking. 9, 8, 7, 6. They may be going for the end zone here. Out of shotgun goes, that's Clark. Clark fires towards the end zone. It is intercepted.
Flag down
by Jacob Barnish. There is a flag down. So we'll wait and see what the penalty is. Now, if that's a penalty against Carmichael's before the interception, Jeff Morgan will get an untimed down. Let's wait and see what the call is.
Well, this will be interesting, but still a good interception there for Carmichael's to seal the deal going into halftime. But who knows what might happen after this penalty.
That's a good point. We don't know if it will, in fact, be a penalty on Carmichael's. Now we get the call from the referee. And it is defensive pass interference. So that will set up a 1st down and 10. This is the final play of the first half. They will spot the ball at the 32-yard line. It is no longer a spot foul penalty. It is 15 yards from the previous spot. And even though normally it is not an automatic 1st down, the yardage gained does result in the 1st down. So Jeff Morgan will get one untimed down to close out the first half. It'll be Clark out of shotgun. And he pitches it over he pitched it to Garrett, but The Carmichael's defense sniffed that out like a bloodhound, and that is the end of the first half.
Robert Meadows, the one leading the way on that tackle. He just didn't fall for the reverse there. Maybe they thought Carmichael's was expecting a pass.
But nonetheless, that is the end of the first half here at Carmichael's. Your score, Jeff Morgan 3, Carmichael's nothing. Coming up, band performances here on CUTV Sports.
High School Roundup is your place for local high school coverage. From highlights of the game of the week to all of the scores and standings from around the region, local high school fans will be ready when the lights come on Friday night. High School Roundup only on CUTV.
CUTV News Center brings you the best in local news, weather, entertainment, and sports.
A new building is being constructed and it is estimated.
We take a look at our local temperatures for this morning. Right around Du Bois, we have 38 degrees.
Swimmer Diana Nyad and former pro hockey player Sean Avery.
With the PSAC preseason home.
CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
You can relive all of the action from your favorite CUTV program today. From regional championships to high school football, you can take home your favorite CUTV game or event to relive anytime. Just send a return address and DVD information with $16.95 per DVD to 250 University Avenue, care of CUTV. Order today.
And welcome back to Carmichael's High School. And now the Jeff Morgan Rocket Band will be performing, followed by the Carmichael's Mighty Mike's Band. We'll be back with stats and a recap of the first half after the performances. Enjoy.
Hey, Paul. Hey. How you doing? How you doing, man? Long time no see.
Jefferson Morgan Rocket Band would like to take this time to recognize our 2014-2015 Student Band Officers. President Christian Wilson, Vice President Zach Schaefer, Secretary Treasurer Nicholas Headley, Senior Representative Aaron Milan, and Junior Representative Julie Klein. Thank you and happy trails to you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2014 Carmichael's Area High School Band Halftime Field Show. The band is under the direction of Jason C. Bailey, assisted by Joetta Andrews. Tonight, Senior Field Commander Sarah Reeves and Junior Drum Major Caitlin Allison lead the band as they perform for you the music of Queen. First, the band will perform a medley made up of Bohemian Rhapsody and We Will Rock You. Next, the drumline will perform an exciting and challenging mixed-meter percussion feature, followed by the Queen hit Somebody to Love, featuring a tenor sax solo by Blake Connors. Finally, the band will close with a performance of the classic Queen hit Don't Stop Me Now. So sit back and relax, or, on second thought, rock it out with us with the music of Queen.
1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CalU student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
CUTV News Center brings you the best in local news, weather, entertainment, and sports.
A new building is being constructed and it is estimated.
We take a look at our local temperatures for this morning. Right around Du Bois, we have 38 degrees.
Swimmer Diana Nyad and former pro hockey player Sean Avery.
With the PSAC preseason home.
CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
High School Roundup is your place for local high school coverage. From highlights of the game of the week to all of the scores and standings from around the region, local high school fans will be ready when the lights come on Friday night. High School Roundup only on CUTV. You can relive all of the action from your favorite CUTV program today. From regional championships to high school football, you can take home your favorite CUTV game or event to relive anytime. Just send a return address and DVD information with $16.95 per DVD to 250 University Avenue, care of CUTV. Order today.
Welcome back to Carmichael's, the Black and Blue Bowl between Jeff Morgan and Carmichael's. Rockets leading 3-0 in what's really become a defensive slogfest. Cody, we'll take a look at the halftime stats.
Well, as you were mentioning before, Creighton, both of the offenses have been relatively quiet, but look at those rushing yards. Very even, 77 for Carmichael, 70 for Jeff Morgan. Not too much offense has gone through the air so far. No turnovers in the game, and a total of 4 penalties between the two teams, evenly distributed. So it's been a pretty clean game of football. But one thing that the halftime stats do not show: Carmichael's 3 turnovers off of downs, both deep in the Jefferson Morgan end.
And we also had the interception at the. No, I'm sorry, I forgot that interception, as I recall, was actually wiped out. Unless I'm getting my plays mixed up. But nonetheless, it was the last play of the game.
Yeah, there was a penalty on that play, so they negated the interception.
Well, I mean, this is probably one of the fastest first halves I've ever called in quite some time, Cody. So I believe we do have some highlights, though.
Yeah, it was not too much, but we see it was senior night here, and we got a little interesting treat. There was a fireworks show before the game started here on senior night. But then right here, Jefferson Morgan on the offense here. Good catch there by the receiver. That was Foster, I think.
Yes, that was a fake punt.
He's over on the far side. Yeah, that was the fake punt by
Austin Clark.
Fake punt by Clark.
And there's the field goal by Jefferson Morgan, the only points of the game from Bo Ritchie. 26-yard field goal made it 3-0 in favor of the Rockets, and there you see Carmichael's on offense.
Yeah, Carmichael's had pretty good offensive drives here early on in this first half. A couple of great catches like that one right there, but they just couldn't finish it whenever they went to the red zone, and they turned the ball over on downs 3 times.
And it looks like we are about ready to go back to live action here from Carmichael's, the Black and Blue Bowl, the 88th meeting between these two schools. It is one of the oldest rivalries in the Mon Valley. And it's interesting to note that a lot of history between these, not necessarily between these two programs, but these are programs that each team has 3 WPIAL championships to their name over the years. Carmichael's shared the WPIAL championship in 1935 with Glassport. That's when they were known as Cumberland Township High School. They won the Class B championship in 1952, a 12-6 win over Wilmerding, and then they tied with Rostraver Township 6-6 in 1962 to share the Class B title. Jeff Morgan won their first Whippeal title in 1951. They shared it with Wilmerding after a 2020 tie. Back-to-back Whippeal championships in 1973. They defeated Western Beaver in 1973 and Midland in 1974. And we are ready to kick off the second half of our final CUTV game of the week. It's a squib kick, onside kick, recovered at midfield by Jeff Morgan.
Oh, that was a really risky onside kick there. That was recovered by Brennan Kozic of Jefferson Morgan. He was right there ready to pounce on it. And Carmichael's doing a little bit of a gamble to start on the second half, and I actually like that gamble. If it would have paid off, then all the better to them. But unfortunately, Jefferson Morgan recovers, and Carmichael's does not get the opening chance to score in the second half.
Yeah, well, you like coaches to take chances. Ryan Kroll, his second year as head coach of the Mighty Mikes, there's a handoff up the middle. It'll be a gain of about 5 yards for the Rockets. That'll set up a 2nd and 5.
And once again, both of these lines back at what they were doing best, protecting the line of scrimmage. Jefferson Morgan opening up some holes, and the running back finds his hole, going through it, but only a moderate gain.
I believe that was Foster, it looks like, on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 5. Back to the I formation, go to Rockets. The handoff, a gain of about 4 to the right side. Check that, make that 3 yards. Like Foster again. I'm sorry, no, that was Kanihai, thank you. Hard to tell 34 from 4 sometimes.
Yeah, and this play here is going to set up a 3rd and very short for Jefferson Morgan. And if their running game continues to power through the middle, they've got nothing to worry about. They'll be able to convert this 3rd down easily. But you can't count out the defensive line for Carmichael's either.
Absolutely not. That was a gain of 3. 3rd down and 2 from the 42-yard line. Excuse me. Now, handoff again. It's going to get a 1st down for the Rockets. They'll get the ball up to the 35-yard line. Foster on the carry.
And that was Foster on the call this time. We're seeing a lot of alternating running backs. That's much like what the Cal-U's college team does. Whenever they alternate between Fiore and Grissom and Terrell Roberson, we're seeing Jefferson Morgan do the same thing with Foster and Kanihai.
And it's keeping them fresh, to say the very least. So Liam Ryan, his 3rd year as head coach of the Rockets, previously an assistant coach at Waynesburg. 1st and 10 for the 35. Handoff up to the right side. Austin Clark on the carry. Looks like a gain of about 7.
And Jefferson Morgan once again keeping the ball on the ground, and it's continuing to melt time off of the clock. We saw in the first half, but both teams got 1 drive in, and then it was the middle of the second quarter. That clock just ticked and ticked. It didn't stop.
I think we should be careful, Cody. We don't want to jinx it. Anyway, there's a 2nd down and 4 from the... Actually, check that. It's 2nd down. Up the middle goes Austin Clark. He will get the 1st down. That was actually from the 28-yard line. He needed the 25. He got more than that.
Aaron Weaver on the call here, handing it off to a fullback, and then he just got laid out on the hit. There's a 2nd hit, actually, as he was getting already brought down by the legs. Someone came up and got him on the shoulders. Couldn't really tell who that was for Carmichael's, but definitely finishing the job, making sure he didn't squirm out of that one.
So that will set up 1st and 10 for the 21-yard line. 9:39 left in the 3rd quarter, excuse me. Full backfield for the Rockets. Garrett's going to keep it himself. He's going to roll left, and he's going to get swarmed under by a pair of Mighty Mike's defenders. Loss of about 2 on that play.
Leading the way on that takedown was Nick Mundell for Carmichael's. We're going to take a look. Garrett thought he had no options on his right side, so he decided to take a look at the left, and then we see Brody Blaker along with Mundell take him down.
A loss of 2 on a play, 2nd down and 12 from the 23-yard line. Again with a full backfield, no receivers on either side as Garrett hands it off to, that looks like Clark, yes it is, and Clark is going to be swarmed under by some Mighty Mike's tacklers.
Well, look out, extracurricular activity here.
And their penalties, good call, Cody. That was Brody Blaker among those on the stop. We'll wait and see what the penalties are going to be. And that's, I know, it's a rivalry game, but this is both teams got to keep their heads in the game, quite honestly.
Yeah, it's a very close game, and keeping your head in the game, keep that mentality cool. That's very important because all it takes is one penalty to give a team the upper hand and really run away with it. But if I were to take a guess here, it would be an unsportsmanlike conduct against Carmichael, but we might see offsetting penalties here against both teams, so we'll see the referee's call.
I have a personal foul on the defense and a personal foul on the offense. We're offset. Replay third down.
Okay, so it will be offsetting penalties.
But you're going to see on the replay here, after Clark comes down, there was another late hit by one of the Carmichael's defenders. See, he's brought down here. Clark, I beg your pardon, tries to get up, but then he's pushed down again right there. And he's just didn't allow him to bring him up, and then one of the Jefferson Morgan players retaliated, and those were the offsetting penalties. That was Blazinski responsible for the late hit there for Carmichael's.
So they are going to replay second down. No, actually, I take that back. It's going to be third down and 12. No gain on the play, so it's a dead ball foul. Ball be at the 23-yard line. Again, full backfield. Clark up the middle. Tries to find a hole, but he gets to about the 15-yard line. He needed the 12, and another penalty flies.
There might have been a tiny bit more extracurricular activity, although it was a minor compared to the previous play.
Yes, we only saw the one flag this time, so we'll wait and see what the official call is. Go ahead, Cody.
I was going to say, if they do call unsportsmanlike conduct here, this might just be the way that the officials are saying, we're not messing around. We're going to keep you guys in check, and that is what they call.
That is what they call a personal foul on Carmichael's, so it was a gain of 5. It was well, we don't have the replay on it, but it looked like that's a costly penalty for the Mighty Mikes. Clark got to the 18-yard line. It'll be half the distance to the goal, so that'll set up a first and goal from the 9.
And that's the way that the officials are sending the message. Like I said, even though the foul might have been small or minor, they're saying that we're not messing around. We're going to call you out if you commit something unsportsmanlike.
A single receiver to the left as the handoff goes to Foster. Foster gets to about the 5, maybe the 4-yard line. They are going to mark it at the 5-yard line, second and goal.
Foster just trying to find a hole up the middle here, but the defensive line for Carmichael's just completely collapsed. Didn't really let him go anywhere. He was swarmed by defenders really early on after a short game.
Now Jeff Morgan taking their time. There is 7:50 left in the third quarter. And just like the first quarter, Cody, they're just grinding the clock out here as the handoff. A gain of about 1. And that is Weaver.
Yeah, it went to the fullback on that carry. You're going to see Weaver just jump through early on, but it looked like he might have gotten tripped by one of his own blockers. You see, he was almost completely parallel to the ground and then just completely fell. So either he got tripped by something along the way or ran into one of his own guys.
That was an untimely fall right there for Weaver, as it is now third down and goal from the 5. No gain on that play. We see Foster re-entering the game. We've also seen Joseph Confortini, number 3 in the game, along with Clark. And Garrett's got to take it himself. He rolls left. He doesn't find a receiver. He's going to take it. He gets taken down by a Carmichael's defender, so they're going to send Ritchie on to kick the field goal.
And the one that brought him down was Robert Meadows over on the far side of the field. You're going to see a pretty good block here right there by one of the Jefferson Morgan players to keep him away from Garrett. But Meadows came right out and stopped him before he could get to the end zone.
They're going to spot. The holder's going to set up at the 12-yard line. 22-yard field goal kick. Kick is away. It is good. 6:24 left in the third quarter. Jeff Morgan 6, Carmichael's nothing. You're watching the high school football game of the week on CUTV Sports.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the Student Bookstore, The Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back to Carmichael's. The Jefferson Morgan Rockets leading the Mighty Mikes 6-0. The final regular game of the 2014 regular season. We mentioned Liam Ryan, the head coach at Jefferson Morgan. Ryan Krull, in his second year as head coach of the Mighty Mikes, replacing his father-in-law, who is now the superintendent of schools in the Carmichael School District. As we're about to get back to live action, John Menhart was the former coach in question, and now Jeff Morgan almost went out of bounds, but it's recovered at about the 38-yard line by the Mighty Mikes.
Yeah, Brody Blaker on the reception there. It looked like again, the kick might have gone out of bounds, but Blaker decided to keep it for himself, not risk anything, because if that ball takes a friendly bounce, all of a sudden there's a scrum, and it could be Jefferson Morgan ball again.
And that ball, all the ball has to do is travel 10 yards. It doesn't have to be an onside kick or a squib kick per se. They could have recovered it, but nonetheless, a 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. So really 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. If that ball went out of bounds, I believe they could have gotten it at the 40 or forced a re-kick. But in any event, there's the handoff. A gain of about 8 yards by Sean Delaney. That'll set up a second and short.
And this is going to be a very important drive for Carmichael's. Jefferson Morgan right now has the lead 6-0 as we take a look at this. Run by Delaney. I beg your pardon. Carmichael's can really answer with a touchdown here, and they can get the lead right back easily.
It'll be a 2nd down and 2 from the 47-yard line. Twin receivers to the right. And handoff to the fullback. Blazinski is going to get the 1st down and then some into Jefferson Morgan territory.
Busting through midfield into enemy territory, and now is when Carmichael's is really going to get tested, because as they entered the red zone in particular, the Jefferson Morgan defense really turned it up a notch in the first half to keep them out of the end zone and turn the ball over on downs 3 times.
And those were big turnovers, even though they are not officially recorded as turnovers. Those were definitely momentum changers, to say the very least, as we have 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line to pitch. Delaney, penalty flag is thrown. Delaney's going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage, but we'll wait and see what the penalty is.
Well, that flag came from the backfield, so it might be it might be a holding call. It might be another face mask. I couldn't really tell. They were on the far side of the field, but we'll see. We'll see what the head referee has to say.
And we're
On the offense, 10-yard penalty, receive first down.
So it's a 10-yard penalty on Carmichael's. Sounded like he said it. I think he said holding, Cody. I couldn't quite make it out, but
yeah, it was a holding call against Carmichael, so that pushes them back 10 more yards after this play, which resulted in a 1-yard loss actually.
So 2nd down and 20 from the Mighty Mikes 45-yard line. 1st and 20. Handoff again to Delaney. Delaney is going to get stuffed. Gain of about 2 yards. Sets up 2nd and 18.
2nd down and way long coming up for Carmichael's here. There wasn't too much room to run up over on the far side looking for some penetration, but Delaney came up empty, and the defense just completely swarmed them.
It is, in fact, a gain of 2.5. We'll call it 2nd and 17. Gain of 3-minute play. He fakes the handoff to Delaney, and he gets taken down is Cody Allen. Like that was Foster on the sack. I couldn't quite tell, Cody.
Yeah, Cody Allen trying to spin away here. You're going to see here on this replay. He almost gets taken down 3 or 4 different times. Foster was the one that had the initial pressure, but then Clark came in and finished the job as he spun out of Foster's hands and brought down by Clark.
That was Aaron Weaver looked like was will get credited for the sacks. And now that'll set up 3rd and 21. Ball is at the 44-yard line. Hand off to Delaney. Delaney is going to get back close to the original line of scrimmage, and that is it. So that'll set up a 4th down.
Delaney really busting out of the gate here, going up the middle. This slow motion replay really doesn't do any of his speed justice. It really shows if you give him a lane to run through, he will sprint right through it, showing some good speed.
And Carmichaels will punt. I believe this is the first punt we've seen today from the Mighty Mikes. It'll be Goldsberry kicking it. And there's going to be a flag on the play. It is fielded by Confortini, but it looks like Jefferson Morgan's going to get hit with a roughing the kicker, excuse me. So that may be a new set of downs for Carmichaels. Wait for the official call.
Yeah, you could definitely hear the concern from the crowd right after the kick went away. And then off screen, the punter went down, Goldsberry.
So we're seeing the Mighty Mikes huddling right at around midfield. It is, and that is a costly penalty for Jefferson Morgan that keeps the Mighty Mikes drive alive with 3:23 left in the 3rd quarter. Jeff Morgan leading 6-0, although right now, Cody, you could argue they're clinging to that lead at this rate.
Yeah, and Carmichaels really has a chance to finish the job on their offense, which is something they struggled with in the first half.
Yes,
and after a big miscue by Jefferson Morgan, they have a golden opportunity here.
1st and 10 for the 31. Back to handoff, rather, excuse me, to Delaney. Delaney gets about 2 or 3 yards. They'll set up a 2nd and about 8.
And the defense just doing all that they can to prevent the Carmichaels offense from going through. The takedown was led by Ian Wolf for Jefferson Morgan.
2nd down and 8 from the 29-yard line. 2:55 left in the 3rd quarter. Back to the I formation, go to the Mighty Mikes, rather, and the fullback takes the carry for a gain of about 2 yards. Looks like that was Blasinski.
But now if Carmichaels here is faced with a big 3rd down, it's 3rd down in moderate yardage. It's not a 3rd down and way short where they can just probably run it up the gut like this again. So they're going to maybe pull a trick out of their sleeve or give a little extra effort from the offensive line to open up a big hole for a running back to run through.
It is 3rd and 6, Cody. Back to the I formation. Allen takes a handoff, fires. It is short, incomplete, intended for William Brown. Looked a little low and underthrown. Sets up a 4th down and 6.
And that was the trick that I was talking about. Jefferson Morgan might have expected a run over up on the near side. They all came over there, but then Cody Allen faked it and threw it to his receiver, but unfortunately couldn't come down with the reception.
And it looks like we're in 4-down territory. Mighty Mikes acting like they are going to go for it with 2:09 left in the 3rd quarter. Cody Allen went now 4 for 10 on the game for 21 yards. So he's getting the calling from the sidelines as the play clock runs down to 10 seconds. And looks like Carmichaels will call a timeout. They do with 2:09 left.
Yeah, Carmichael's just making sure that they have this play right, because this is a very important play. If they don't convert this 4th down, then it'll be the 4th turnover on downs.
Well, CUTV, California University Television's police announced that CalU is one of 8 schools participating in Pennsylvania American Water Company's UTAP Challenge. From now until Friday, October 31st, you can log on to PA American Water's Facebook page. Vote once a day to support CalU's efforts to receive a water fountain bottle filler at the Natali Student Center. It'll help cut down on plastic bottled water waste. And as of Friday, October 24th, Cal U leads second place University of Scranton by 60 votes. So every vote counts. I know I voted today, Cody. Did you?
I actually think I forgot. So whenever we
You have time.
whenever we are done with this game, I'll definitely be able to, or definitely make sure to go onto Facebook and vote for that. But
I'll hold you to it.
Yeah, but it's a good effort there, good environmental push there to cut down on the water bottle waste.
And there you see, that was Liam Ryan, the head coach of Jeff Morgan, heading back to the sidelines. 4th and 6. This is the fourth time Carmichael's has gone for it on 4th down today. They are back in the I formation. Blasinski, the fullback. Delaney, the running back. Delaney, he's going to get close to the first yard. Does he have it? We'll see where they spot forward progress. He needed the 21-yard line. We have one official marking him at the 22. And wait for the official spot.
Well, the referee has his fist in the air, so there's no official signal yet, but he looked like he was just doing all that he could to try and push through.
And he is short by a yard. He needed the 21. He got the 22. Another turnover on downs for the Mighty Mikes.
And that is a costly turnover on downs because now Jefferson Morgan will get the ball back, and they have the chance to make this a two-possession game, which would really put Carmichael's in a bit of a hole.
It will be 1st down and 10 from the 22 for the Rockets. They hold a 6-0 lead with 1:59 left to play in the third quarter. Single receiver to the right for the Rockets. Handoff up the middle, gain of about 6 or 7 yards. That looks like Foster on the carry, and it is. That'll be 2nd and short.
And Kalen Foster looking for a hole up the middle, and you're going to see the offensive line try to create one for him, and he follows a couple of blockers pretty well, but one of them just scrambles away from his assignment to bring Foster down.
As the gain of 6 on that play, and now looks like we're going to see single receivers to either side of the I formation. Hand off to the fullback. A gain of about 1, maybe 2. 3rd and short.
It's going to be 3rd and short now for Jefferson Morgan. Carmichael's pretty much going to do anything that they can to try to get the ball back one more time and get back into this game.
They did have a 3 and out towards the end of the second quarter, so this Mighty Mike's defense certainly capable of a 3 and out. We'll see if they can get one here. The ball is at the 30-yard line. The Rockets need the 32. And there's a fumble picked up by Garrett. Garrett is going to get swarmed under by several Mighty Mikes. So right on cue, the Mighty Mikes get a 3 and out.
Sean Delaney and Robert Meadows leading the way on this bobbled snap. You're going to see good effort by Garrett to pick it up. And it looked like it might have been by the way that the blockers were moving a quarterback keeper over to the near side, but just out of an emergency, tried to get any yards that he could up the middle.
He got no gain. It looks like Austin Clark is back to punt, and we have a timeout with 19.5 seconds left, and it looks like Carmichael's is calling another timeout. We'll wait for the official call, and that is the second timeout called by the Mighty Mikes.
And this very intriguing that Carmichael's is using 2 timeouts here early on in the second half. If they have a chance of coming back into this game, those timeouts could be very pivotal.
And while we have a chance, we'll once again take a look at the playoff qualifiers. You see in the Big 7 again, Neshannock, Shenango, Southside Beaver. And the last update we got from Avella, the Eagles are leading 35-8. So if that score holds against West Green, the Avella Eagles will return to the playoffs for the second straight year after an absence of nearly 30, 40 years. So, and one notable out of the Eastern Conference, Monessen, missing the playoffs for the first time since 2005. They are actually playing Mapletown tonight. They've clinched their first playoff spot since 2005, Cody.
Yeah, it's a lot of unfamiliar teams returning to the postseason, which is a very nice thing to see.
It certainly makes for a more interesting playoff picture as Clark will punt it away this time. Goldsberry will let it bounce. It'll be down at the 40-yard line, and that is where the Mighty Mikes will take over with 7.7 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Mighty Mikes trailing Jefferson Morgan 6-0.
Yeah, the last time we saw Austin Clark line up for a punt, he faked it, and then he ended up passing it for a first down conversion. But this time, he was able to get the punt off, and it was a pretty nice punt going into Carmichael's own end.
So Carmichael's will have to run at least one play before the end of to run out the third quarter, as Allen getting the call in from the sideline, head coach Ryan Krull, who mentioned his father-in-law, John Menhart, the former head coach, now the superintendent of the schools here in the Carmichaels Area School District, as the handoff goes to the fullback, gain of about a yard or two by Blasinski, and that will do it for the third quarter. Your score, Jefferson Morgan 6, Carmichael's nothing. We're going to keep it here for one of our favorite traditions, as we see Blasinski holding on to his left arm as he leaves the field. So that could be a very costly injury for the Mighty Mikes.
But Creighton, we're going to take a look at our hot dog score, and throughout this entire season, we've been ranking the concession stands that we've traveled to in terms of their quality of food and everything. And Carmichael's, I will say, I am very happy with Carmichael's concession stand, as they got the pretty high score here. They have pierogies. It's a very worthy of that 9.7 score. I'm Polish. I love my pierogies, and I love my halushki. A lot of concession stands we've been seeing for this hot dog score have had that Polish food to rank them way high up there.
And they see Carmichael's ranking very high. Elizabeth Ford has a slight edge with a 9.75. You see 9.7, 9.73 from Brownsville, but it is not enough to edge out Elizabeth Forward. Probably, I'll tell you what, Cody, concession stands notwithstanding, we've always enjoyed going to Elizabeth Forward the past 3 years. It's a great place to watch a game. The food is outstanding, and the hospitality from the staff at the Elizabeth Forward School District, probably one of the best we've come across in quite some time.
Yeah, and
everybody's good, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, and an honorable mention over to Brownsville, the Brownsville Falcons. They have those Falcon fries, which with cheese and bacon and ranch on them. Oh man, those are good.
Man,
so that's another honorable mention there.
You are making me jealous, my friend, as we are back to live action as Allen rolls live. He gets sacked, and they're going to say the incomplete pass. That was Kanihai on the pressure. I'm surprised they have not called an intentional grounding, but it would essentially be the same result, Cody.
Yeah, it would have moved him back quite a bit of yards, but it looked like Allen's arm was coming forward whenever he made this pass. He's hurried off and stiff-arming somebody at the same time. Gets a little bit of a sidearm pass off, so it wasn't a fumble, so it resulted in an incomplete pass.
And he very fortunate he did not get called for intentional grounding. He looked as though he was in the pocket, and the ball did not reach the line of scrimmage from what I saw, but nonetheless, a 3rd down and 8 from the 42-yard line. A big play here for the Mighty Mikes. Fakes the handoff to Delaney. Instead, the end around there to William Brown. It's going to be short of the first down. Needed midfield, gets to the 46.
Yeah, he gets a good gain on this play. He's showing really good patience, waiting for that hole to open up. And then whenever he does, he finds it and follows a few of his blockers, getting down for a good gain.
Goldsberry now on a punt on 4th down. The Rockets have 2 deep backs. It's Clark and Foster. Punt is away. Foster fields it at the 30. Penalty flag is down. The Mighty Mikes recover it, but I believe that will probably be some type of interference. I know there is such a rule in the high school game.
Yeah, we'll see what the official call is here. It will be pretty interesting, especially considering where they might spot the ball after it.
Because you're supposed to give a receiver an opportunity to field the ball on a punt. So I believe that is what they might be calling against Carmichael's. Again, we'll wait for what the officials say, because it's their calls is the one that matters. We can speculate, but they don't pay us to wear the striped suits. I'll tell you, that is a very difficult job to be an official whether it's in the PIAA or the NCAA or even at the professional level.
Yeah, and the Jefferson Morgan coach wants to know what's going on. You see him out there on the field at the top of your screen talking to the head referee.
And now we're going to get the call. The ball is now spotted currently at the 31.
15 yards, kick catching interference, to be 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
And that is, in fact, kick-catching interference on Carmichael's. So we have the replay right here, Cody.
You're going to see right here, bumped right into him. The one that was going to catch it was Joseph Confortini. Got bumped before the ball came down into his chest, so he had no chance to catch it.
That was Blasinski with the contact for Carmichael's, and it actually looked like Foster, I thought, but nonetheless, it is a 1st and 10 for the Rockets from the Carmichael's 45 after the penalty, and Clark now quarterback. He hands it off to Foster. Foster is going to get a gain of about 4 yards, so Clark did play quite a bit of quarterback this year for the Rockets, so getting an opportunity here.
Yeah, Clark does it all. He punts and he catches and does quarterback too. But this run right here taken down right at midfield. So a good gain there by the Jefferson Morgan running back.
2nd and 5 for the Rockets. Ball will be at the 45-yard line. The handoff of the middle for a gain of about 3. That'll set up a 3rd and 2.
And now Carmichael's defense on this drive is really going to be tested because they do need to get the ball back if they want to stay in this game. If Jefferson Morgan is able to score here, that makes it a 2-possession game, and Carmichael's will really have their work cut out for them. So it makes the load easier if they're able to stop them here.
And it'll be 3rd and 2 from the 47 of Carmichael's. Drive actually started at the 45, and it's Foster up the middle to the right side, gets to the 40-yard line. That is more than enough for the first down. Ball did come loose after the play, but he was ruled down.
Yeah, the ball just came a little bit loose, but his knee was already down, and they're going to spot it well past the first down marker. Let's take a look at the replay. Foster spinning away from a few defenders, showing some pretty good magnificence, and it looked like just in case the officials ruled a fumble, he tried diving for it, but they ruled him down anyway.
1st and 10 for the 40. It was again a 7 on the play by Foster. Foster again looks like he's going to get a gain of about 3. Maybe, no, they're going to give him 4 based on the spot of the ball.
You're going to see a couple of defenders got a little tangled up on this play as he got brought down. The 3 Carmichael's defenders stacked on top of each other, and then on the pile up was a little bit of a tangled mess, but everybody's okay, and after a good game by Foster.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave, Cody. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Again, the handoff, fake the handoff. Clark now rolls it. He's going to take it to the 35, 30. That is enough for a first down. We're going to spot him at the 28-yard line. So Austin Clark just getting it done here on this drive.
Oh, and a good stiff arm here by Clark. You're going to see on this replay, watch as he runs up the far side and then just shakes away the defender completely. Cody Brown trying to bring him down, but he was no match for Clark's stiff arm.
1st and 10 from the 29 for Carmichael's. 8:58 left in regulation as the handoff again goes to Foster. Foster zigzags. He's going to be close to the first down marker. Let's see where they spot him. Looks like, and no, they're going to spot him 1 yard short, 2nd and 1.
2nd down and very manageable. Foster has all the wheels turning here on this drive. He has lots of momentum going up the middle, and the offensive line, give credit to them too, creating the holes for Foster to run through.
Gain of 8 on that last play. It is now 2nd down and 2. Handoff looks like it went to the fullback. Weaver, rather. Gain of about 1. 3rd and 1.
You'll see where they spot him. It might have been a really small gain, but not enough for the first down.
They spot it right at the 20-yard line. So, once again, gut check time for the Mighty Mike's defense.
The crowd getting fired up now, chanting defense, trying to get their Mighty Mike's fired up.
Hand off to Foster. Foster gets the first down and then some. He's going to be inside the 15-yard line. Now, the ball did come out after the play, but they ruled him down, so that will be a first down with 7:41 left.
And Jefferson Morgan continues to attack on the ground. Foster really doing the job here well, breaking up the middle, fighting off some defenders, spinning away from them. There was the ball. You saw the ball come out right at the front of the pile, but it looked like Foster was already down.
On 1st and 10, here's Foster again up the middle. He's going to get to inside the 10, and that is where they're going to spot him after a gain of 3.
Jefferson Morgan now within a pretty good field goal range. Even a field goal would make this game a 2-possession game, because a touchdown and a 2-point conversion results in 8 points.
Right.
Jefferson Morgan would have 9 if they make a successful field goal. But this Foster just plowing, trying to get any additional yards that he can, but the Carmichael's defense pushing him back, along with the whole pile, too.
2nd down and 7. Looked like Foster on the handoff. Kanihai. So that'll be a gain of 1, sets up a 3rd and 9. No, 3rd and 6, excuse me.
So Kanihai, with this run here, turned his trying to turn away from the defense, but there were defenders all around him. William Devers, one of the ones leading the way for Carmichael's.
I take that back. It's a no gain on that last play, so 3rd and 7 from the 10. Clark out of the shotgun. He's got sidecars either side, twin receivers left. Clark is going to roll to his right. He's going to get to the 10. He's going to get to the 5. End zone touchdown, Jefferson Morgan. Austin Clark.
And give credit to the offensive line here. You're going to see there were a bunch of key blocks on this previous play that this touchdown would not have been possible without. Watch the left side of your screen here. One block there, good block, and then the second block coming in off screen, or it's a missed tackle, I beg your pardon, not another block, but still, couple of key elements in that play to allow Clark to rush right into the end zone.
And the extra point by Bo Ritchie is up through the up. No, it is no good. No good. So with 6:05 left, it is a 2-possession game. Jefferson Morgan 12, Carmichael's nothing. You are watching the high school football game of the week on CUTV Sports.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car, more music in the door, more music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation, playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL Power 92.
Welcome back to Carmichael's. The Jefferson Morgan Rockets leading their arch rival Mighty Mikes of Carmichael's 12-0 as Bo Ritchie about to kick off. And Cody, this was probably going to be one of the lowest scoring games that we've seen in this rivalry in the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a very quiet game offensively.
And there's the kick by Ritchie. It is short. One of the upbacks takes it at the 37-yard line. And that is where the Mighty Mikes will take possession. Jacob Barnish on the recovery.
But now let's take a look at this touchdown here again. I keep reinforcing this key block right there. Without that block, that would not have been possible. I wish I was paying attention as to who made the block, but still, huge contribution there to make that touchdown possible.
So now this is a big offensive possession. 6:05 left in regulation as the Mighty Mikes trying to get their offense on track on 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. And there's a sack. That is not going to get it done for the Mighty Mikes as Allen taken down by Aaron Weaver. That is going to be a significant loss.
Cody Allen was rolling out to his right, then to his left, then trying to go to the right again. Just being jumping around, scrambling around, trying to get away from the defense, but couldn't really go much of anywhere as Aaron Weaver led the way in the tackle.
Loss of 7 on the sack by the Rockets defense. Out of the shotgun is Allen on 2nd and 17. Fires, complete to William Brown. Brown is going to head for the sidelines. He's going to get to the 30, 40, midfield. He is at midfield before he gets taken out by Austin Clark, but what an outstanding catch by William Brown, the sophomore wide receiver.
And it really looked like for a minute that Cody Brown was going to complete an epic hurdle over Clark. But let's take a look here. This pass right over onto the near side, caught right at about the 32, shakes away from 2 defenders and barely stays in bounds before Clark comes out and dives down to take him out from his legs.
Now we have a timeout on the field. Not sure. I did not hear an official call say who the timeout was on, or if it was on the officials, but by the officials rather. But
look for that play to be a huge spark for the Carmichael's offense. I beg your pardon. And Creighton, this game, along with many others, are going to be uploaded to our YouTube channel for CUTV. It's a fantastic way for anybody in the world, no matter where and no matter when, to watch our work here on CUTV. Just go to youtube.com/CUTV Sports 1, and we also have a news center channel, CUTV, or I beg your pardon, youtube.com/CUTV News Center.
You know, YouTube is just a phenomenal tool where we get our games uploaded on the World Wide Web. I know my girlfriend up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada watches a lot of our work, and she's very, very impressed with your work, Cody, from the Coal Bowl last week.
Well, tell her that I give her my thanks.
I certainly will. And meanwhile, Allen rolls to his right. He's going to get to about the 45-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
So Allen was...
And it is Cody Brown. I do apologize. I've been calling William Brown all game, but that is my mistake. It is Cody Brown.
Well, Allen here trying to break up the far side, going for the sideline, much like his receiver did in the previous play, but couldn't really break away from the defenders as much.
It is 2nd and 5. Allen out of the shotgun. Sidecars either side. Twin receivers to the right. Allen will throw to his right. Incomplete. Intended for Cody Brown, but he overthrew him. Went right over his head.
So now Allen couldn't connect with his target there, but had he connected with it, that might have been good enough for a first down. We'll take a look at the replay here. Allen firing over to the near side, well incomplete, almost into no man's land, but just over his intended target's head.
Big 3rd and 5 for the Mighty Mikes with 5:03 left to play in regulation. You're in 4-down territory now. I would imagine if you are Ryan Krull, the head coach of the Mighty Mikes. Again, Allen out of shotgun. Fires. It is nearly picked off by David Blaker for Jefferson Morgan. Big 4th down call here.
Boy, David Blaker could have really put a thorn in Carmichael's side, as almost comes out with that interception, and that would have given Jefferson Morgan the ball back with only 1 timeout left. They could have really used the clock to their advantage if they got the ball back there.
Mighty Mikes are going to go for it. 4:59 left to play.
Well, at this point, I don't believe they have a choice.
No, I would agree with that assessment, Cody. Up the middle, it is through the hands of Cody Brown, and for the 4th time today, the Mighty Mikes turn it over on downs. 4:54 left in regulation, and Cody, theoretically, Jeff Morgan could just run out the clock here.
Yeah, well, you're going to take a look at that pass. The pass looked like it might have gotten tipped off of the Carmichael's receiver's hands. I thought it hit a helmet at first that caused it to make that weird flight path. That's usually what you see whenever that happens, but it looked like it just tipped in and out of the fingertips of his intended target.
It was Cody Brown was the intended target. So now 1st and 10 for the Rockets at their own 45-yard line. Handoff to Foster. Foster, gain of 3.
Foster getting a good gain, running it up the gut and keeping that clock moving. Carmichael's only has 1 timeout left. Jefferson Morgan with 2. We'll take a look at the replay here. Foster all he's doing right now, he's mainly not looking for a hole, but of course if he does find one, then all the better. That adds on to his stats and gives Jefferson Morgan more of a lead, but his main goal right now is to run out the clock.
Second down and 6 from the 49-yard line. The pitch out to Kanihai, excuse me. We're going to have a penalty flag thrown after the play. We'll see what it is as Kanihai gets to about the 47 of Carmichael's, but we'll wait for what the call is.
Yeah, Kanihai on the call this time, trying to break up the near side, but not really going much of anywhere.
Now we're going to get the call. Looks like it's going to go against. And that is going to be a holding call on Jefferson Morgan with 4:02 left to play. They're going to call it a foul from the end of the run, which was the 45. So that'll now set up a 2nd and 10 back to the original line of scrimmage, because it looked like he would have had the first down without that penalty.
Yeah, that moves them back, and almost as if the first play was an incomplete pass or something like that. So after a penalty, it moves them back 10 more yards to the original line of scrimmage, like you said.
And the clock is running, so this might not actually have been a bad penalty when you look at it in that perspective, as Foster finds a hole, gets to midfield before he's taken down. Brody Blaker on the stop, among others.
Yeah, Foster continuing to melt more time off of the clock, and you're going to see gets a lot of help from his offensive linemen on that play. They were able to push him off to the far side, and Foster had a good hole to run through.
And that'll get the Rockets into Carmichael's territory. They have not started the play clock just yet. 3:10, 3:09. Clock is ticking. So now the Rockets will get back, break huddle on a 3rd down and 4 from the Carmichael's 49, under 3 minutes to play, and now the play clock starts to roll.
They're taking their time.
Yes, they are. Garrett is under center.
With a busy backfield.
Yeah, no receivers spread out. He fakes a handoff. No, that is Clark. I apologize. Clark gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. So now looks like Carmichael's will use their final timeout.
Yeah, Carmichael's will use their timeout here, because had they not, Jefferson Morgan would have sacrificed a delay of game penalty to just continue to melt more time off the clock. And this gives Carmichael's more time to work with. But right now, they have no timeouts left, and they have about 2.5 minutes left in the game to work with.
And if you want to find out the latest on what's going on with CUTV, our programming, and much more, visit our Twitter page at CUTV_PA. And of course, you can tweet us, whether it's about high school roundup or any sports event that we broadcast, or news center or whatever. Get the latest scoop on what goes on within the crew. And there you see the Mighty Mikes. And it looks as though Avella is up 55-8 over West Green. So it looks as though Avella will return to the playoffs for the 2nd straight year. We offer congratulations to the Eagles of Avella High School. And look at the way they've just gotten their program going in the last 2 years. They are on pace to capture the 4th and final seed out of the Tri-County South, as Jeff Morgan is about to punt.
Yeah, don't let Avella's win take away from the novelty of this game. It's still a big rivalry game to close out the season, the Black and Blue Bowl.
It absolutely is, as Clark kicks it away. Going to be caught, and he is mishandled by Goldsberry. And it looks like Jefferson Morgan may have it. They do! 2:16 left. A muffed punt by Goldsberry, and the Jefferson Morgan Rockets can seal it.
Well, this was really interesting, because Carmichael's earlier on got called for interfering with the catch, but Jefferson Morgan did a fantastic job waiting for the ball to come down first, and then bumping into the return man for Carmichael's. So Jefferson Morgan, a clean distraction and a good fumble to get give them possession back.
They certainly timed it good, Cody, as it is first down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Hand off to Foster, gets to about the 25-yard line, and right now, Jeff Morgan just needs one more first down to ice this game against their rivals as they lead 12-0 with 2 minutes remaining. So, Cody, I mean, I'll tell you what, it's
been fantastic.
It has.
Been a fantastic season of high school football.
It is probably one of the best, at least in my 3 years of doing high school football, both on air and behind the scenes here at CUTV. We've had some competitive games, a couple games that I think are certainly worthy of from the vault consideration. Both games involving Beth Center, who I think will certainly have a chance to win and make some impact in the playoffs. 2nd and 6, hand off to Foster, and he's going to get enough for the first, close enough to the first down. But Cody, in fact, this is our final, for you and I, this is our final high school broadcast with CUTV. It will be, by the way, 3rd down and 1, so your fondest memory.
Yeah, well my fondest memory, I don't really know. I can't really think of one off the top of my head. I mean, there's always that time, the very first time that you ever call a game. It always sticks in your mind. Mine was California and Carlinton. I called the game with CUTV's own Rob Stupar way back in the day. That was a fantastic day for me.
Meanwhile, Foster will get more than enough for the first down. 46.8 seconds left. That will pretty much ice it for the Rockets. And Cody, my first game, in fact, was the Black and Blue Bowl last season. Here, I was calling the game with Zach Prosba, and I was actually doing color commentary, and it was quite it's quite an interesting setup here as the clock restarts.
Yeah, so that was to open up the last season.
Yes, it was. Although I think very close honorable mention was the Greensburg Central Catholic Beth Center game I got to call with Matt Hagee back in week 2, and Rockets run one more play, and looks like they are going to run out the clock. That is the ball game.
And that is the season.
Yes, it is. Jefferson Morgan with a 12-0 win over the Mighty Mikes of Carmichaels. That is going to mark the 7th time in the last, that is 7 wins in the last 11 years for the Rockets against their cross-county rivals.
And I'll tell you what, this has been a fantastic game. Carmichaels had the shutout last year, 36-0. This time, Jefferson Morgan had a shutout of their own.
Absolutely. I would be remiss if I didn't mention Courtney Salmon and our director, Allison Steinheiser. It's also their final high school broadcast for CUTV. And also a special thanks to Matt Hagee helping out with stats, with also Steve Mannering and Anthony El Tigre, I forget his last name. Zach Prosba, of course, is here tonight. Anthony D'Agostino, and of course Jen Germano in the truck helping Allison, and our fearless leader, Gary M. Smith. So on behalf of everybody, and if I forgot to mention anybody, my apologies. Michael Mays, that's who I forgot to mention. Once again, your final, Jeff Morgan 12, Carmichaels nothing for the last time in the 2014 season. This has been the high school football game of the week on CUTV Sports. We will see you next year.